So the pager attack, has the Defense Department reached out at all to Israel? Has Israel let you know at all if they had a role in this attack? And given that this pager attack is kind of exposing a vulnerability, are there any members of the Defense Department still using pagers?
Last question, I don't think so. In terms of the reports on the attacks, Tara, certainly seen that. I just don't have anything to provide in that regard. Obviously something that we're continuing to monitor, but don't have any information to provide.
Separately, there's been, I think, up to 28 different incursions by Russian and Chinese aircraft around Alaska in the last several weeks. Kind of an uptick, and just wondering, are you concerned about this? What is going on from your point of view?
Well, as I think you heard my colleague Sabrina mention yesterday, I mean, we're certainly aware of that. To my knowledge, those aircraft did not enter into U.S. airspace. And it's not the first time that we've seen the Russians and the Chinese flying, in the vicinity. And that's something that we obviously closely monitor. And it's also something that we're prepared to respond to. But in this particular case, it did not pose a threat to U.S. national security. And I'd refer you to the Russians in terms of why they feel compelled to want to look at the United States a little bit closer.
But the numbers are certainly on the rise. There's been many more incursions than over past years.
Yeah, again, look, I'm not going to speak for the Russians. They've had an exercise recently. We've talked about that. But in terms of why those numbers are what they are, again, I'd refer you to them, other than to say, again, over the years, you see those numbers fluctuate. Something that we'll continue to keep an eye on, but doesn't pose a threat from our perspective. Laura.
Thank you.